Surprised the stream element spot hasn't hopped in chat yet. Hope everything's connected. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. Lofi Girl has the holiday art up, like how they had the Halloween art up before. Check something. There's the stream element spot. Okay. I was a little worried. I was like, wait a minute. If that's not connecting, does that mean I'm not even live? Like, are you even live if the stream element spot isn't just goofing around in your chat? Those are the real questions. Okay. Hey Nabiru, just letting people know that the stream is live. How was your weekend? Did you have a good game night? Yes, it's December. What devious plots do you have in mind now that it's December? Let me turn on my other light so that my model can actually track. Yes, what devious designs do you have? Now that it's December. Ashire soyo, aze ni yo ni, suki mihara wo, padaru padaru. I'm just gonna presume that this is some weird, like, I've seen the padaru things before, right? I've seen them before. I never fully understood what they were for, though. What is a padaru? Is that the... That's the thing with the, like, the weird little, like, art thingy, right? Where it's the thing with the Santa bag and the Santa costume? It's just a cute meme? Okay. I didn't know if maybe there was some trick to it. I got distracted. I was in the middle of letting people know I was live. Oh, goodness gravy. Someone once made a short clip where Neo Claudius from Fate turned chibi dressed in Christmas garb and sung that. That sounds adorable. Let me find this mysterious Padaru. I'm gonna have to mute it because I don't have permission to stream it, but I'm actually curious. Okay, gonna mute the background music for a second while I watch this Padaru thing. What does Padaru mean? What's Nero Claudius? Why did someone make a video explaining what Padaru means? Oh, it's Japanese jingle bells? Okay. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Turning back on the background music. Alright. Padaru. Alright. It's an important meme. Some people made troll versions of the video screeches. Yeah, I just saw one of those. When I just went to go watch it, it just screamed. It was like, okay, that's cute. Then it just went, Padaru, and like really loud and screeching. And I was like, oh, okay. That's fine. I didn't need my eardrums. I didn't need my eardrums at all. It took over message boards at first, and now it's a meme of it appearing around this time. Okay. The internet, yes, the internet. All about the internet. It's funny, my roommate gave me some sugar-free gum the other day, and he was like, we could turn anything into a cute anime girl. Anything! Including battleships. Okay, alright, listen. Speaking of cute anime girls, I connected with a friend of mine, Zwei, who's been a fan of my content for a long time, but we hadn't talked in like 2 years, right? Or at least a year. And so I came the tail end of anime night on Saturday, and we just sat there and talked for a while. And Zwei was telling me about the current state of Standard Vanguard. Because I always thought, you know, at some point I'll pick Vanguard back up, right? And then I keep seeing these announcements and things when like they get reveals or leaks of new cards and stuff online, because I still follow all the old channels on Facebook and stuff, right? And I have no idea what any of the effects do anymore, right? I didn't know what these order zones were, what these order cards were, or any of that stuff about Vanguard currently. I was talking to Zwei about it, and Zwei was explaining how Standard Vanguard is so easy to get into, so cheap to get into. And I was getting hyped for it, right? I'm like, okay, all right. So what do dimensional robos look like? It's exclamation point lurk, not slash lurk, Silva. But thank you for the lurk. I'm glad to see you. So I asked this most important question about me possibly getting back into Vanguard or whatever was, Zen. Oh geez, that's so draining, Silva. Oh my goodness. It's such a long day. But just think about how great your check is going to be. Imagine all the things you'll be able to buy with that check and all the bills you'll be able to pay. But yeah, so I asked this all important question for me because I heard about how they're nations now instead of clans. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, nations were always kind of a thing before. But then within each nation now, there are multiple subclasses. There are multiple like archetypes. And so while you can, yeah, and like in the lore, it takes place 3,000 years after the old story. So I'm thinking some of the dimensional robos from the G era are like technically from the future, from the infinite possibilities of the future, or from the far-flung future, like 99th dimensional robo Great General Die Earth is like the ultimate dimensional robo from the far-flung future, right? So I hear that the lore takes place 3,000 years in the future, and my brain is like, yo, D-Robos probably look so sick now. I'm getting hyped. And I'm like, I have no one to play with, but I might invest in this, you know? Which is a terrible plan. It's a terrible plan. I mean, I guess if you're collecting them, then whatever. And, well, dimensional robos don't exist. Dimension Police doesn't exist. There is no giant robot archetype at all. There are a couple Battleroids here and there that exist as support cards for other archetypes. But everything's human now. Yeah. They got the whatchamacallit, the B heroes are like the closest thing to it, but like I was so sad. I was so sad. I was like, oh. I mean, yeah. I could always go back and collect all the Vanguard V era. Was it V? What did you play? You play Bermuda. Just looking at you, Nabaru, my guess is you play Bermuda. Am I right? Am I right? Do you play Bermuda's, Nabaru? Then I asked the next question about, like, okay, my secondary clan that I used to play all the time. Oh, Angel Feathers. Yeah, Angel Feathers is still there. They got the rescue checks and all that stuff. Um, so then my next question was, what about Mega Colony? Because I used to play Machinings, right? They're mecha bugs, right? And I'm like, I've played some, like I've played the ride chain for Mega Colony for a while. Come to find out, Mega Colony's gone too. Just gone. Like, how? Oh, I'm sorry, Nabaru. I've always wondered with arachnophobia or phobias like that, is it triggered by images of the spiders, or does it have to be an actual spider? I don't know. Is that a bad question? So real life images uh, trigger it, but do paintings or cartoons not? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, they normally are extremely cartoonish, but like there's no bugs. Like what was the Zoo Nation is now apparently just different types of whatchamacallits. Different types of Great Nature. The Great Nature Academy is just what they got. And I'm just like, how are you gonna write out? Yeah, Overdress is the current series. Yeah, and it seemed like from what I was getting from just I was examining my quick glance of what's currently being played or what's currently in the standard is that like um it's all looks like it's very human centric. Lots of human cards. And I can see that in like artwork of like you are standing in as your avatar, so they make all the characters humanoid, except for some of the support cards. That way, the card you're actually going to be riding on and will represent you in the anime is human. So that's another thing. Like, I could just like I used to have uh a V era. Was it V? Yeah, V series. Yeah, I heard that like there's a lot of stuff really great about um I've heard that there's a lot of really great stuff about the current standard. Like you can't get ride stuck because they have the ride deck now. They added spell cards with the orders. Um, they've added a lot of really cool effects, and that like it seems like it's become a much more strategic game because like before it was swing, 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 drive check, swing. Hmm. That's cool, Nabiru. Yeah, so they have this thing called the ride deck where you put, I think it's like a grade one, two, and a three. And now, if you don't have the card to ride, you discard and you ride the next grade up from your ride deck. So like, there's no way to get grade stuck anymore. First anime series had a second character who showed that happens if you get ride stuck. Because he filled this. Yeah, I remember. I remember. He was like the joke character. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, well, the thing is, apparently in standard now, you go all the way up to like grade 4 in the main deck. Like, and you have spell cards now. You have the order cards that also go in the main deck. So there was no way you were going to be able to mathematically balance that to properly guarantee your ride order um with going like it was bad enough doing it for grade 3s but then also making space for grade 4s and then um putting all of your order cards in the deck. Like, that just wasn't going to be mathematically functional. You'd never want to use any of the other cards because it would just cause you to get grade stuck. Zan, why is Zan evil? Said that. That name doesn't sound familiar. Out of greed, rescue cat, not only once per turn. So it adds cards to your hand and to the field? You can generation break far too early as turn 1. Okay. Generation break requires cards be face up in the G zone, which normally can't happen early, but Zan lets you flip cards. The card in combo with also gives bonuses while face up. Let me look up this Zan thing. Zarzan? Oh, Rain Element. Is that Zarzan? Rain Elemental Zarzan? Okay. Okay. So this is G era. So this isn't in standard, but were you, I don't know if you were playing at the time or if you were going to shops or dealing with competitive play at the time. But I remember when this came out. This was game changing. This wasn't about being broken. This was about saving the game. Because originally in G era can't stride unless both you and your opponent are at grade 3. That was the restriction, right? All of the current support in G era, I never saw it getting abused in my time, but like did it end up getting banned? Because like it costs a Soul Blast and 2 cards out of your hand. It doesn't add any cards to your hand. Oh, it is banned. That's funny. That is funny. Like, they were trying so hard to find a way to deal with the goofy mechanics people were playing with, because there was some really creative stuff getting built at the time. I remember tournaments in G era were just, there was so much strategy. And like when I heard about how cool the order stuff was and the different zones and effects and stuff, I kind of got hyped for Vanguard because I was like, you know, maybe I'll pick it back up. And you know, possibly like there's a chance I pick up premium, right? If at some point I get my collection of cards out of storage, rebuild my old deck, pick up some of the updated V stuff, maybe play some V premium or just play regular full premium. Oh, you draw to, call to, draw to. That's, I didn't see the draw to. I was like, this isn't broken until I read the draw to. If it didn't have the draw to, I think it would be balanced. I think they could have saved it if they just got rid of the draw to. This is also back when they had stand triggers instead of front triggers. That's funny. So I guess you could build a grade 1. Wow, that is. So I remember when Zarzan was announced, but I didn't remember seeing Cyclone. And it's not once per turn. They could have errated it. They didn't have to ban it. Well, yeah, but there's usually 1 to 2 vanilla grade 1s, 1 to 2 vanilla grade 2s, but I don't think any decks have vanilla grade 3, except for the start decks. But yeah, if you have your vanilla grade 1s, that can allow them to boost for 13 instead of 8, or I guess in G era the vanilla was 8. Yeah. That's funny. I remember when Zarzan was first announced. I don't remember when it actually was released or made it to English. I don't remember. I don't know if I was playing at the time whenever it actually finally got released. Well, I mean, no one has to face Zarzan anymore because it's banned? Question mark? Like, okay, that's funny. It's only banned in English and Japanese. For Korean, Italian, and I don't know what TH is, it's unrestricted. Unless those places use EN or JP rulings. Yeah, but after you check an over trigger, like the shield is only relevant if you draw the over trigger. because after you check an over trigger, it leaves the game. So like, yeah, I can see. I think Zarzan combined with the power of the G unit having an effect from the G zone, I feel like is too much. Yeah, if that unit didn't have an effect from the G zone, I feel like it wouldn't be nearly as bad. But like, I don't have any like I don't have any shops to really go to like even play Vanguard, to play standard or premium, so it's not really worth it for me to dig out all my old stuff. Like, if there were dimensional robos in the new standard, I would build a deck just to collect it. I'd take time, I'd get stuff piece by piece. But just to collect it, I'd probably get it. As is, I'm debating getting a B hero deck because the B heroes look. And apparently, the other thing in it's called Brant Gate now is like magical girls. That makes sense. Let me see. Let me take a look at this Brant Gate stuff. Oh yeah, that's the thing. The battle princesses that Zwei was telling me about. You put the opponent monsters into horny jail. Yeah. And like none of these play styles actually do any of the things that dimensional robos used to do. Dimensional robos were always about powering up your Vanguard, and then if your Vanguard was above certain power levels, gaining certain effects, or giving your Vanguard effects that would only go off if you got them above a certain power level. And it was just this overflowing avalanche of power to the Vanguard, all of the pieces flowing into power to these obscene numbers. Oh goodness. And what gets me is that they have uh they have the whatchamacallit orders for uh decreasing enemy power. So they've got that set. That were the villains of Stargate. The Beat Hero line just kind of looks like it plays like... Oh goodness, what's this? Seraph Pure Light? Let me take a look at this. Is that the grade 3? Oh, it's the grade 4. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. The prison princess. Oh, they brought back Lore. They brought back Lore. That is almost enough to inspire me to go back. They brought back card Lore. Even if it's just for the grade 4s, there being card Lore is almost enough, because that was one of my favorite things about Vanguard, was that it had actual defined card game lore. That was one of my favorite things about Vanguard. There's actually some... Oh, wow. Let's skim this lore. Uh-huh. Oh, this is a long lore. Yeah, the Link Joker, the Cardinals are like artificial life forms created by Link Joker. They're kind of the ones that inherited the Link Joker mechanics. All right, so we've had plenty of chit-chatting about Vanguard. I've been getting distracted. Conventional Robo Police never played a big role against Link Joker. Their superheroes and Link Joker were aliens. They were the defenders in the Link Joker war. Like they were like, so Stargate was the actual starport of Planet Cray. So all aliens and stuff had to go through Stargate. And yeah, like in lore, yes. And Gold Paladins were the ones who developed the unlock capability. One of the problems with it was it would be. I kept hoping you would. I went the entire Legion arc waiting for Kenji to show up and save the day. But never happened. I kept hoping against hope he would show up and we'd see him save the day against the Link Joker in the Legion era. Only time we ever saw him was that when he got bopped. He always shows up with last season's mechanics. Anyway, let's get to actually writing. I want to finish chapter 17 and get partway through chapter 18 tonight. So I guess let's go over what's happened. A lot of stuff's happened. I've got a lot of writing done. So I guess last time I was streaming, the number of times I have heard and had people tell me that in the original plan, Aichi was supposed to be a girl, so that way Kai and Aichi would be the couple, the like enemies to lovers thing. I don't even know if it's true. I don't know if it's true or not. But the number of people that have told me that is astounding. It probably shouldn't be because I ran in the Vanguard. I was heavily involved in Vanguard. But yeah. But Aichi ended up with a blonde chick, right? The one blonde chick from Ultra Rare. Yes, so much fan art. So, when I last left off with you all, Orion was at this point where like he was starting to get stable. He was developing all of the meditation, all the techniques. He had it going. Like, yes, he was fighting a war, but he had money, he had stability, he was winning. You know, he had stable mental health. He was winning. And then since then, what's happened in the story is that everything piece by piece has fallen apart around him. He's dealt with the Stygian army introduces new units, these generals that are more cunning and are using much more advanced strategy instead of just coming out and attacking until they get driven off. They actually retreat, they sneak around, they hide, they set traps, which then calls back to, in the beginning, when they set a trap for Orion and the other Star Hunters. And then they find out, oh, that never got reported. And then they're like, oh, what's going on? And then it gets revealed that one of the generals is some kind of a dark duplicate of Orion, is a dark Orion. And they have this battle, and it goes back and forth, and it's brutal and it's intense. I think it's one of my favorite fight scenes I've written. And the heroes are just struggling to survive, right? And then they finally manage to drive off the enemy. They search, they can't find any of the enemy, and they retreat because they've taken so much damage they can't stay out in the field. After they retreat, Dark Orion and the rest of his minions pop out, and then they like level Sydney. And that's the end. But before he does the attack, Dark Orion launches, broadcasts this broadcast introducing himself as Orion, and with like, it's a video broadcast, so everyone sees his face, and his face looks exactly like Orion. So now the entire world thinks that Orion is connected to the Stygian army, and so now he's on the run. So he's lost everything. He's now on the run for his dear life. So yeah, and then Orion is dealing with this as well, where the first knee-jerk reaction from Command whenever this all goes down is to tell him, hey, worst comes to worst, you come through the transporter and you live at Stargate Galactic Command, and we just operate across, we just send you where we need you, and you just always, after every fight, retreat back to Galactic Command, and that just becomes your life, where you just operate out of this base. And Orion really, really doesn't want to get moved off world, and that's his big struggle, is that he doesn't want to have to move off world, and he gets to a point where he has to decide which way he's going to go, and get the feeling that he should have just gone for the direction to go off world, but he doesn't. He panics and he runs, and he's staying on Earth. Give me 1 second. Go. I have to make sure my earbuds are charging because I use them to sleep. Yes, I did. I watched Haruka's lore vid. I watched most of her stream. The one where she grabbed I saw the video where you grabbed the invitation. Then I saw the thing with the new Vshoujo lore where she's like the seed of life, and we're now, in order to fight Nyanners, she's awoken, and they had her, as soon as she got free, get approached by Gunrun and talk about like Gunrun pulling the Nick Fury. Oh geez, you had to make it a Doctor Who reference, didn't you? But Neanders is searching for um she wants to drain the world of sanity, but it's an interesting. So one commenter, I was watching it a restream of the event, and the person who was restreaming commented on it, and he was like, "This is a really interesting take on the lore that what Neanders wants to do in lore." Ha ha, Silva, ha ha. What Neanders wants to do in the lore is create a system where humanity gives her their sanity and in exchange gives them eternal life. I need to go back and watch the lore for Mouse's new model because I missed that lore, and that's relevant for the after credit scene of Haruka's lore video. I'm wondering if we're gonna get a fight between one Iron Mouse and another between our Iron Mouse and the otherworldly Iron Mouse. I'm trying to end the chapters on like cliffhangers that make you want to read the next chapter. Okay. Where did I stop here? That's correct. You never skip 9. Give me 1 second. I have to be careful drinking my Propel waters because they have vitamin C, and right now, as I'm recovering from my vitamin C overdose, I'm just like every little bit of vitamin C, and I can feel my body start to cramp up a little bit. So I have to drink it in small sips. So in this situation, Orion wants to make some. All right, Silva, you get back to work. I hope stuff goes well, and I hope that what I really hope for you, Silva, is that you're able to buy yourself something with this extra fat paycheck that makes all of this hard work and suffering worth it. That is what I hope for you. That's neat. That's another thing. A monitor is the last thing. Cause like I have a keyboard, I have a mouse, I have all that stuff. But whenever I get my new PC, I'm going to need a new monitor. Because my little monitor that my housemates are letting me use is not something I want to use with my new gaming PC as my main monitor. But I'm holding off on buying the new monitor because I don't want to buy the new monitor until I'm sure that the gaming PC is functional and is here. How do you spell bargain? Is a deal, right? Hold up. About to have an existential crisis. Oh, AIN. Okay. Yeah. Second I. There's only one I in bargain. Oh, the second A. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. So speaking of typing, right? I have noticed these big authors with like thousands and hundreds of thousands and like tons of followers have been following me on Twitter. And I'm just like, excuse me, are you lost? Like it's kind of like those like I don't read any of these authors' works. So like I can't be like, "Oh, I'm a huge fan of your work," right? Um but I see them following me. And part of me wants to make one of those posts with a screenshot of them following me and be like, excuse me, sir, are you lost? Because I don't know that I produce content that's going to be entertaining, because like these are all like not all of my content is writing, you know, but even what is just chill writing stream, you know. Yeah, that's also a possibility. Yeah, it's it can be very demanding. How many words I'm up to in the chapter so far? I'm on chapter 17. I'm so glad I have such a strong outline. I really love this outline style. Okay. All right, so I got 700 words left. That's enough to start a fight scene. I can have the announcement, start the fight scene, and then lead into chapter 18, which is dedication, which is where he starts to come out of his funk and becomes dedicated to whatever comes next. Okay. And I don't know if my streams are like breaking some kind of taboo, because like traditionally from what I've read and seen, a lot of writers are very like protective of their writing because they don't want someone to copy them and steal their thunder and like take their idea out from under them or something. And so they, they'll squirrel away their work till they have it fully written and copyrighted, and also being extremely protective of having people read it in its incomplete form, in its first draft form. And I don't know, like, when it comes to like letting other people, like publishers or people in my life, read it, I'm like, no, maybe not. But then when it comes to letting you all read it, because there's just something different about you all being in this community as part of this writing experience with me, it just feels different, I guess. Oh, I misspelled footsteps. Hello, Blake. Blake Yoj. Can I call you Blake? You said you just sent a penguin to space. Is that is that a thing in some game you're playing? Or is that something in a story you're writing? I'm always interested to hear what people are working on. Learn to Fly 3. Okay. That sounds really cool. How did you find my my stream, Blake? Oh, that's really cool. Let me take a look at it real quick. If it's free, I'll definitely take a look at it. But yeah, Blake, I'm always curious whenever I see new people. I'm always wonder how it is you found my stream. Or were you someone who... Oh, all right. Well, I hope we entertain you enough to stick around. We're generally doing some chill vibes and creative stuff. This is a writing stream right now. I'm working on writing a novel. I actually have a couple novels I'm working on, but this is the one that I do. So I am I got to work on my self-introduction here. I am a VTuber, so that's why I have a virtual avatar down here in the bottom right corner. My lore is that I am a mech pilot who from another dimension that got stranded here and is turning to VTubing in order to inspire others to be creative and to chase their dreams, in order to surround myself with people who are constantly working towards achieving their goals and making this world a better place. Because I know that I operate best when I'm surrounded by those kinds of people. I hope you stick around. I hope you have fun. Let's look at this. Learn to Fly 3. Let me look at this. Oh, okay. Cool. I grabbed it. Build a spaceship from scratch, earn funds, and invest them into building a bigger, better spaceship as you try to fly your way up to space. Oh, and it's all about making penguins, it looks like. That looks really fun. Thank you for letting me know about that. That's definitely something I'll probably play sometime. Right now, a lot of my gaming stuff is on hold because I'm waiting for my gaming PC to come in. I'm currently streaming and operating. Oh, it's really addictive? Okay, well, thanks for letting me know, Blake. I ordered all these parts for my gaming PC and had them shipped to my friend, Silva, who's one of the viewers here. And Silva's working on building it for me and then going to ship it to me. So hopefully I should have it by Christmas time / end of the year. And whenever I get it, I actually am able to game without taking the chance of like cooking my computer. I might consider doing like expanding what I do on streams, doing some more gaming content, because I have a bunch of games. Like I'm I have an Epic Game Store account, and you know you get free games from the Epic Game Store just for being a member. I have like 30 to 40 games on Epic Game Store. Because one of the important things is to do what you can with what you have. So how was your day today, Blake? Did you get anything else done besides playing Learn to Fly 3? Did you do anything else? Okay. Okay. Well, it sounds fun. It definitely sounds fun. So tell me, Blake, do you have any goals or anything that you're working towards? Anything you're trying to achieve? Any projects you're working on? Things you're trying to get done? I always love to hear what people are working on. Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just going along with life. All right, Blake, it was nice seeing you. Hopefully I'll see you around sometime. Have yourself a good evening. Okay, so this is setting up the next battle. And it's assumed there's going to be a next battle, right? Okay. Okay. Considering recent events, I installed an experimental comm device on the transporter last time I was there, so that brings it to this emphasis of like the last time he brought uh when he came over, he brought this, so now he can make limited calls. I wanted to show cause and effect and show actual progression towards the goal of being better. So this is expressing some of like Nolan's frustration, which I wanted to really like nail down and define. Because off screen there was this epic battle in which Nolan and the other Star Hunters worked together in this coordinated effort to almost completely destroy Dark Orion. And then Dark Orion, when he escaped, warped over to the safe house where Orion was hiding, and then fed off of Orion's confusion, fear, and general unease about the entire situation in order to heal himself. And so Nolan feels betrayed because in his eyes, Orion has just helped the enemy. And they went through all these sacrifices fighting for Orion in the first place. So it just feels like this betrayal that they were fighting for him, and then he couldn't, when he just had to finish the job, he just couldn't do it. Yes, that's exactly what happened. There was a whole scene where Dark Orion just showed up, like bleeding and injured and whatever, through a Stygian rift that opened in the room. And when Orion was like backing up, confused, scared, unsure of what's going on, until as Dark Orion approached him, and then Dark Orion got to the middle of the room where Orion's cot was and just flopped down on Orion's cot. A cot's like a bed. And that the whole time, just being in the presence of Orion's negativity, his fear, his darker emotions, his confusion, his anger, all of that stuff, just being in range of that, Dark Orion was able to feed on that and heal himself. And let me check something real quick. One thing I'm not gonna miss about this computer is the question of always wondering if my headset mic is working or if it's reading the mic from the camera, which I also need to set up something in order to block the camera when I'm not using it. But like, so Nolan feels betrayed because Nolan's like, have your powers. You just had to punch him. You had to punch him really hard. Just unleash your starlight on him and punch him really hard, and then he would have been out of all of our miseries. He would have stopped being a thorn in all of our sides, but instead, you just stood there confused, unsure, while he healed himself. And Nolan is taking this hard stance that, like, where doing nothing in this situation, in his mind, is equivalent to helping the enemy. And it's introducing this conflict, and it's heartbreaking because not a chapter before, Nolan was telling Orion how Orion made them all better and how much he cared about having Orion on the team, and how much Orion had made all of them better, and that they were gonna fight for him and he could rest for a while. And then, you know, Nolan had this scene where he's like, listen, I'm gonna take up the leadership position that I had before you got here, but I'm just keeping it warm. Once we get all this sorted out, you can come back and you can take back the leadership position, right? You know, I'll be okay working under you. And it was this big moment of character growth and development. And then now all of that's just smashed. All of that's just fallen apart and smashed. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how many words we're up to in this chapter. All right, 300 words. That's enough to start the fight. I'll probably go to 23 or 24. I don't want any chapters to go above 2,400 words. So, like, okay, I have this mental image that's stuck in my head that I cannot get out of my head, right? And since I can't get it out of my head, I'm going to share it with all of you. I saw this YouTube video that was someone reacting to Uncle Roger reacting to another video, which that's become kind of a genre. Like Uncle Roger reacting to things has spawned people reacting to Uncle Roger reacting to things, right? And it was this video, the original video that they all were reacting to was this video of this woman who had these extreme cost saving measures, and some of them were just absolutely ridiculous and disgusting. And there was one where she always keeps reusing her boiling water. She has a pot of water where, like, instead of when she drains the water from boiling something, she pours it into another pot and keeps it so that way she doesn't have to get out more water to boil things. And so there's all these clumps of starch and goop in every that are in her spaghetti or anything that she boils, and it was absolutely disgusting. And I just keep having the mental image of that flashing in my brain, even though it has nothing to do with what I'm writing about. So I just thought I'd share that with you all. Yeah, it was absolutely disgusting. So this is this funny thing where so when Orion was hiding out in Fake's coffee, right? He was just hiding out in one of their storerooms, right? But Fake's coffee got raided because the like his phone got tracked there, right? Um and um now he's staying in a safe house that's operated out of a warehouse for Stardough Coffee, and it's this kind of this interesting like plot development that Stardough Coffee is used to being used as a safe house. They have all the resources, they know all the procedures, they have all the things planned out um in order to uh act as a safe house. And this thought that like Stardough is of course our version of Starbucks, but then this thought that like Starbucks actually secretly runs a network of safe houses for unknown reasons is just a thought that I find kind of entertaining. Hold on. I need synonyms for leapt, for leaping. Because I have used leapt, I have used launched, and I'm tired of using the same thing. I like this one, spring. Bound, that's another one. Vault, spring, bound, hop. I like bound. Yeah, that's kind of what it was like, Nabiru. I didn't do any of the things this chapter that I wanted to get done this chapter, and I don't know how to feel about that. Like, we're nearing the end of the chapter, and I haven't done any of the things I wanted to get done this chapter. Well, I've kind of started on it. I've started on the dedication. Now that I've named these, it's actually a lot easier to describe. It's going to be a lot easier to describe combat. It also gets me. I'm used to broadcasted, but apparently broadcasted isn't a word. The past tense of broadcast is broadcast. Yeah, it is really weird, right? Yeah, it's like being broadcast. I don't think broadcasting is well, broadcasting is a word, but not broadcasted. I'm not sure if I like the word grunt here. What's a synonym for grunt? Because grunts are also a thing in Halo, so I don't wanna borrow that term. If moose is mice, then what is moose? I don't know. Mice? Moose is Haruka. Haruka's not a moose, she's a caribou. You could call them troopers. Could go with I could just call them warriors. Warriors, leaders, generals. Right, Megaloceros. Yep, that's Silva. That's Silva, just Silva lurking and fighting in the shadows. We're gonna go with Trooper. Okay. Alright, so I replaced it with Trooper. I'm making a note of this that I changed the naming to Trooper. Okay. I want to make sure I make a note of this. I realized I wasn't looking at chat. I was like, wait a minute. Oh. Gotta mute Tom is calling. If they got bad aim, they'd be the storm variant. Okay, hold on. First. Okay. We're getting more bots. Does that mean I'm getting more popular? Is that how that works, Nabiru? If I'm getting more bots, it means I'm getting more popular. Maybe. Well, the bots obviously think they're going to be able to advertise to somebody. That looks weird if I capitalize Trooper every time. Like, it's the name of a type of unit. But it's not the name of a specific unit. I don't know. I'll figure it out in the second draft. There's VR, Storm, Starship. Yours is the OG, just being Trooper. Yes. Just being troopers. So this is where it's gonna, like, the other shoe's gonna drop. Where Orion is live broadcasting himself fighting, so that way the whole world can see that he's the real Orion. He's fighting to defend the world, but he's gonna mess up. He's gonna mess up in this fight, and everyone's gonna watch him do it. A Vtuber Login fight, that's a cool thing to be compared to. I'm gonna write out this whole thing, and then I'm gonna say that it's playing in the background. gonna end the chapter there. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end. I think I'll end. I think that's a little over 2,000 words. Let me see there. Then we'll start chapter 18 with the second half of the battle. Yeah, 2,300. That's a little bit over what I wanted. But I started writing the fight super late. Well, no, the 2K words wasn't the fight. The fight itself was only like this was a really short fight. This 2K words for the chapter. The fight itself was like 400 words. So, but that's only part of the fight. But so the idea here is when Orion gets there, he's winning easily, and it's deceptive because he's like, oh yeah, I'm cool, I'm powerful, I'm great, I'm winning, but then he doesn't realize that it's a trap. He was so focused on making his announcement, he didn't touch base with any of the other people, any of his other teammates, and he went into battle by himself. What's my total word count right now? Oh, we're at 36k words. That's pretty good. We're at chapter 18, so I've got like nine chapters left. What's my notes for chapter 18? Okay. So in this is where the fight's going sideways for Orion. Um, he's he's trying to do all of these things, but he's watching everything fall apart around him, right? He got the blast he was trying to deflect changed directions right before he could deflect it, but it still looked like he deflected it to the side. Um, and when it changed directions, it went around him and blasted the city. And now he's been impaled uh, with this trident, and the enemy is using the trident to drag him around on top of other buildings, causing even more collateral damage. Don't worry, citizens, the buildings are empty. They may move to a rock quarry at some point. Since it's not an OP isekai, the hero will get their butt kicked but escape death to come back stronger, because gotta have the training arc or a time skip of the hero's journey. So there's gonna be a whole training arc after this. So after this, what happens? So in this chapter is where he becomes dedicated to fighting, and he realizes things are going to be rough. And he realizes what he did wrong with going in on his own. And he and his team start to settle the hatchet. But at the start of next chapter, the start of chapter 19, he's going to realize that he has nowhere left to hide from the authorities on Earth, and he's going to have to leave and go back to Star Hunter Galactic Command, and he's going to be living at the Academy, and then being deployed from there to go fight across different planets. So then from then on, the rest of the story takes place in space. The rest of the story from chapter 19 onwards takes place in space or at different planets, or at Star Hunter Galactic Command, where he's going to be training and getting stronger every step of the way and growing throughout all of this. This is not your usual shonen protagonist. He hasn't even learned the meaning of the motto yet. That happens next chapter. Well, that happens actually later this chapter. No, that's the next chapter. I already say vaulted. I said vaulted last time, didn't I? I said flew. Okay. Okay. So that's this unsatisfying end to the fight. Orion got his complete. He fell into a trap and got his butt kicked. I don't know. I don't know if I like this ending of the fight. Because this has the leader unit performing too well, but it also shows Orion falling so low because he was crushing the leader units easily before. Now he, like, forget fighting a general. In his angry state, he can't even fight one of the leaders. What are the names I gave these kids? Ba 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 ba. Hey, Gina. Okay. Okay. What's the horrible concept you've got for me, Nabaru? What is what is this worst case scenario that you've dreamed up? Villain is actually a future Sundere alt timeline of the main character came back to kill him. Same reason there now. Also, ooh, that's an interesting direction. So the direction I was going was that the general is made from every single impulse that forms Orion, but twisted to its darkest outcome. Like I put this in my notes. Um, yeah. So what happens is that some Star Hunters have a special power, and they're so powerful that their darkest impulses can be twisted by the Stygian army in order to form the Dark Generals. Um, their own fears and negative emotions acting to block the starlight and create the shadows that the Stygian army can feed on. Because I'm playing with light and shadow and saying that these people have all of this power, so it's like they have they're as powerful as a bright star. Oh, hey Sam, nice to see you. Thank you. Getting a lot of stuff done. I'm probably going to be wrapping up here in a little bit, but I didn't want to end in the middle of a scene. I hate ending in the middle of a scene. It's like when you stop gaming on a loss. Like you never want to end on a loss, you know. How was your day, Sam? Yes, gambler's mentality. Oh no, Sam. Oh no, you tried Pilk. Did you at least record your reaction, or at least the audio of your reaction, so you could use it in a video? Get some positive outcome from it, Sam. I've heard some people describe it as like a really flat cream soda. Or like oh, just trying it out for yourself, Sam? Okay. Um, a Pepsi potato chip. That's interesting, Nabaru. Sam, I don't know. So this novel, while it was my National Novel Writer Month project, it is a novelization of my Vtuber lore, right? So I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure how I want to release it. Um, I mean, it's definitely gonna need some editing, and but yeah, I don't know. Might try it as a book. I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that any publisher is really gonna want what I'm putting down because I'm a very specific niche. Um. Uh. I'm most likely gonna end up self-publishing, but I'll have to figure out all the ins and outs of that. Yeah, I could. That's a possibility. But have you published anything, Sam? I remember you said you made a visual novel, right? You just need to put it somewhere on a site? Okay. Well, have you had a chance to look for any, have you found any sites that you think will work for you, Sam? Or is that part of the challenge? You're still looking. Yeah, I mean, it's a visual novel, so you could release it on Steam. Oh, so Steam is a pain to work with? Okay. Okay. Is Newgrounds still around? Is Newgrounds still around? If you're working with more than one person on Steam, you need an LLC and to open a bank account in a business name plus 1 month wait. Eee. Um. All right. Let's probably do more writing later. So how was your day today, Sam? Let's wind down a little bit. You said you tried Pilk. Did you do anything else today, Sam? Not much else? Hey, that's still pretty exciting. I'm doing all right. I had a accidental overdose of vitamin C over the weekend. Um Oh, what's that twist, Nabiru? Yeah. Yeah. So on paper, right, it should be theoretically impossible to get an overdose of vitamin C. On paper, because if you get any extra vitamin C, it's supposed to just come out in your pee, right? Um, but what can happen is it can cause a reaction, and I think I've become kind of sensitive to it, where it causes this like bloating and cramps and gas, lots of bloating and cramps and gas. Oh, that's an interesting twist, Nabiru. So I was excuse me. I've been dealing with that. Um and then like so I ended I went to bed super early last night because they go from planet to planet sucking the love and joy. Oh no, what's the name, Nabiru? I went to bed super early last night because gonna be the twin. Okay, that's weird. But yeah, my roommate told me that he was gonna need my help with the boxes, and I didn't know what he meant by with the boxes. I thought he meant like rearranging some of the tubs and storage stuff, right? So I went to bed early. I didn't end up falling asleep till around my normal time just because I got distracted and was playing around on Twitter. And then I woke up this morning. I was still kind of tired, right? But like, I woke up this morning, and then what turns out what he wanted was to help clean up the backyard because the people I live with order tons of stuff from Amazon, so we have tons of boxes around. They order like cases of Propel waters and tons of other things um, from Amazon. So we always have tons of boxes, and we had to break them down and put them in trash bags so that way they could be put out to get picked up. Um, and I don't have a knife for cutting up the boxes, so I had to borrow my roommate's, but his spare knife was dull, so I ended up tearing up most of the stuff by hand. And some of these boxes have been sitting outside and in the rain and damp, so they were like all dirty and wet. And it was not a fun time, and it was also really chilly this morning. So I dealt with that this morning. Um, I was still feeling a little bit bloated and gassy. I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm getting really hungry now because I haven't eaten much today because I wasn't feeling super well. So then I just laid down and went to sleep, and then yeah, totes are great for that. Um, and then uh I washed some dishes, which was nice. Went on run an errand in order to deal with some stuff with my bank, which was great that my friend was able to give me a ride because there was no way I was going to be doing that on foot. Um, and it's nice whenever friends are able to help you out with stuff. So that was pretty good. Um, and we got a lot of work done. How many words did we write today? How many words? Number of words written today, 1,623. Not bad. I'll probably squeeze out some more words later tonight. I'm trying to maintain some of my my national novel writer pace. I'm trying to maintain some of that energy, not full pace, not constant, but I am trying to maintain some of that pacing, at least through the end of the year, because by the end of December, I want to have this done, at least the first draft. Then I'll probably go back to working on Halcyon Avenging, my other project, for a little while, in order to let this cool off in my brain before I go back and start doing edits. Then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about like editing and all of that grammatical stuff, because like I don't know if I'm gonna get Grammarly or what I'm gonna do for editing, because like editing is expensive, especially for a novel. So gonna work on that. And then yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Grammarly is free, only helps with typos 9 out of 10 times. That bad. Have you used Grammarly before, Nabiru? That's weird. You only use "and" in very specific situations. Certain other words would be swapped just because it feels like it should be. Yeah, wait, okay. I might have to copy my entire work into like a Google Doc in order to get Grammarly to work on it. Oh, it is free. I thought you had to pay for Grammarly. Ah, there are plans. Different people type differently. They use certain words a certain way. Grammarly free mode gives the basics and what it thinks is right. Okay. Grammar, spelling, punctuation, conciseness, tone detection. Everything in free. Full sentence rewrites, word choice, tone suggestions, citations, style guide, snippets, brand tones. Analytics dashboard. So I'd probably just want premium, but because I kind of want the clarity, the stuff. Oh, that's not bad. $12 a month for Grammarly? Can I have Grammarly check over something that's already written? I'm just wondering if, like, can I... Oh, okay. They have a Grammarly editor, so I can just copy stuff into the Grammarly editor for accessing and editing long-form documents across device. Okay. So I'll just copy and paste into the Grammarly editor. See what? So I'll probably splurge, get a month of Grammarly, get a month of Grammarly Premium, feed my work to that, see what that churns out. Because like $12 to $13, that's way cheaper than what it's going to cost for an actual editor. After going over stuff with Grammarly, I'll probably review bits of it. It'll have a red squiggly line below the words. It don't always be typos. Sometimes it'll be actual grammar. Okay. Because I have some grammar questions about some of the things I've done. Yeah, so I'll probably just have to go through and reread everything and see what it gives me with the red squiggly lines. Yeah, the grammar stuff is really limited on the free version. It doesn't do whole sentence rewrites or and like the clarity and the consistency improvements. That's definitely something to think about. Like, sometimes I have to hit the click somewhere and hit spacebar for to check something. Oh goodness, I'm not looking forward to that. So it's funny. I save my work. I use OpenOffice, and I don't know if OpenOffice is going to interface with it. Well, for what it's worth, even though it didn't tell you to check for the word two, I read the word two in there. So you have to be careful as you may read words that are not there, since the brain will autofill parts based on the surrounding words. Yeah, that's also really true, Nabiru. Anyway, let's wind down for the night. Got a lot of writing done. We had fun. My stories still have issues since I type it. Yeah, you do have a very unique style, Nabiru. Anyway, let's do the positive words of affirmation for tonight. We got to Silva, to Nabiru, to Blake, to Sam, and to anyone else who lurked throughout the stream or who watches the VOD. I want to say that I love all of you and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that you are all outstanding and wonderful, one of a kind. You all bring a unique energy to everything you do that only you can. And I am grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. I think that you all are wonderful, and I'm glad to have you in my community and to count you not only as viewers, but also as friends. I hope you always remember the Star Hunter motto: shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always, always, always stop to enjoy the memes. Now, if you ever have a friend that you think would be interested in watching some of these streams or VODs or coming to stream, please be sure to invite them. I'm always excited to have new people come into the community. It's a dream of mine to expand this community to have even more people that we can be encouraging each other as we go forward. I ask that you could please like the stream. It helps the algorithm with putting it out and sharing it to people. If you have any suggestions, ideas, thoughts, if you know, as long as you're not no thoughts head empty, you can leave those in the comments below, and as long as you're not banned, I will read it. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. I really appreciate that. And so yeah, like, comment. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, please be sure to subscribe, ding the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live or whenever I release any new content. And if you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of Twitter, there are links to my Discord and outside of YouTube. This isn't Twitter. I'm not streaming on Twitter. I don't want that. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, there are links to my Discord and my Twitter in the description below. I'm on Twitter a lot. I make at least one tweet a day right now. I also make community posts on YouTube as well. So if you ever want to respond to any of those, please feel free. And we do stuff on Discord every once in a while, so it's nice to have people on there to be a part of the fun and adventure. Also, always remember, you never have to donate or give me any money to be a part of this community. If uh, if you ever see an account claiming to be me saying you have to pay or that you've won some contest or something, please be rest assured that is some kind of a scam. Um, Now, if you do ever feel motivated to give to improve the stream or improve my life, there are links where you can do that in the description below as well. Next stream right now is planned to be on Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, EST. Yes, have a good night, Naberu. Have a good night, everyone. I thank you all for coming, and I think that you're all wonderful. I know I say that a lot, but I mean it. It's really exciting to me that all of you seem to enjoy being here. Uh, Good night.